Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Roblox tornado. I've been getting a lot of requests for this, so I've decided to make this for Christmas. Right now, we want to start with just a regular part. Doesn't really matter. I recommend making this a little bit big, at least around this big. And then we want to insert a script and a int value. Now the script, we can call this win script. And we can call this f. Now we want to insert a body velocity. And let's call this part tornado. And this body velocity, want max force to be infinite, and the velocity to be 0.5, like this. Make sure your part is not anchored and can't collide off. Alright, now with the script, we want to do script parent.touch connect function, and then hit. Alright, then after that we want so basically what this does is it detects if the part with the script in it has touched another part, or a part has touched it. So if a part touches this, then everything you put inside of this will run. Alright, so now what to do, if script.parent.f the value equals let's just do 0, then end. Alright, now so what we want to do is hit, actually no, we don't want to do this. We want to do if hit.name equals 0, then end. Alright, so how this script works is so the buildings or anything, whatever you want to be picked up by a tornado, is going to be named from 0 to 5, and it's named that. So if the tornado is in EF 5, then, or if the tornado is in EF like 2, then it will only pick up the parts named 2 or lower. So it'll only pick up 2, 1, or 0. Alright, so what you do, hit dot anchored equals false, and hit dot break joints. This to make sure this is a capital. Alright, now inside this win script, inside the part, we want to set a body position, and we want to put this body position inside the win script. Now inside this, we want to put script in here. This script, or we want to put two scripts. You don't have to name them; they don't really matter. For the first script, it doesn't matter what order you do this in. You just have to do this. You want to do while true do, and then wait, and then what you do, oops, let me do that, script that parent dot position equals game that workspace that tornado dot position, and make sure the body position max force is, let's just do 800, and this, and another 800. So this is what the max force should be, and this does matter. Alright. I personally wouldn't make it too high, because then it will look unrealistic with the damage, and definitely don't make it too low, because then it might not even destroy buildings if it's too low. And this is basically it for this script. Now for the next script, what to do, wait 5 if to if script.parent dot parent dot class name equals part, and then after this part we want to put or script dot parent dot class name equals union operation, and then we can just copy and paste this if you really want to, and then we can just do mesh part, and I'm pretty sure this is all of them that we really need to do, and then put end and then end. So after this, we're going to do script.parent sure. So with this, what we just did here is what's gonna happen is the body position is going to move the part into the tornado, and then this script right here is going to wait 5 seconds and then make it fall from the tornado. So it's gonna like disconnect from the tornado, not be sucked in by it anymore. So this is gonna make it go in the air, like it gets sucked in the tornado, and this is basically gonna like spit it out of it. Alright. So for this we want to do local let's just call it BP equals script dot body position clone, and then BP dot parent equals hit, and that's basically everything for this. So first off, let's see if this goes in the right direction. Alright, it goes in that direction. I'm gonna make this transparent so you can see it better. Now this part is named 0, and this tornado is named 0. So it should suck in this part when it goes into it, and then spit it back out after 5 seconds. So let's see if that happens. So it picks it up, it stays with the tornado, and then drops it, and then doesn't get picked up again. Alright, so we got the basics of that working. And one other thing we can do is we can add in a body angular velocity and put this inside the script too. And we can copy this script. So we can just copy and paste this script with this script with the one that deletes it. So we can just let's just call this delete, and let's just call this we can just do the script. So delete. We're going to copy, delete, and paste it into angular velocity. So now it will delete after 5 seconds. Now for this, you can keep this the same, but for the angular velocity, I'm just gonna put it to 15, 15, 15, and I'll make it spin. And what we need to do for the script is we need to do local. Let's just call this BV equals script.parent, or not script.parent, script.body angular velocity clone, and then BV the parent equals hit. So what this should do is it should pick up the part and make it spin around and then spit it back out. There we go. Now it's spinning around, and then it should stop spinning. Let it go. Perfect. And the last thing we're going to do for this is we are going to we're going to go into this script. So you don't have to do this, but I recommend you should do it, and if you want to make your tornado look a little bit more realistic. So what we want to do is delete this inside this script right here, this script inside the body position, and then we want to do game.workspace.tornado. Actually no, sorry. We need to do equals vector3 There we go. Yeah, vector 3. And then we need to do game.workspace dot tornado dot position dot x. And then we just need to copy and paste this. So copy this, place a comma, and then paste it, and then comma, and then paste it. And then we change this to y, and change this to z. So it's x, y, z. So if we want to randomize this a little bit, we can do plus math dot random, and then you put whatever you want in here. I do 0 to 50, and you can copy and paste this, and put this in front of the other things like this. And let's just put this to minus 50 to 50. I'm gonna copy paste this again. Put this right here. So now, let's see, we got an error for this. So make sure so right here you gotta put, for a vector, put dot new. And now this should work perfectly. And let's see. There we go. Now it's in the top right tornado. Now it's kind of moving around constantly. It's not staying in the middle in one position. See that? It's kind of moving around. And the only problem with this moving around is sometimes it tends to get stuck inside the tornado. So it could stay there in for, nope, there we go. So sometimes it gets stuck for a little bit, but now it is out of the tornado. So really all we need to do is, basically the last thing really you need to do is we need to go into the Win script, and we need to repeat this. So just copy and paste all of this down to the next line, this whole thing, and then we'll change this to 1, and then or here dot name equals 1. So you just keep doing this. You just keep copying and pasting this, and change this 1 higher, and then do or if name equals 2. So you just gotta keep doing this over and over. Go all the way up to 3, 4, and all the way up to 5. And you just keep doing this. You keep copying and pasting. And you don't have to copy and paste if you don't want to, but I don't see why you would not want to, because this would take forever if you did not copy and paste, which is why I am copy and pasting this. Alright, 5. And now this should be complete. And 1 second actually. Alright. Sorry, it started raining outside, so if you can hear some rain in the background, sorry about that, but I can't really change it. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out a test, and I'm going to pull out my old tornado and use this house. So, oh my god, it's raining super hard. I don't know if you can hear this, but it really is. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and it should destroy this whole house. Actually, wait. So now that you've done all of this, if you make a house, so just make sure you name the house. Make sure you anchor the house. Yeah, make sure you anchor the house, and make sure you name all the parts according to what you want it to be. So this part. See this? This is named 2. So when it only gets sucked up if it's an if 2. So name it to what like level of like intensity you want to be sucked up when the tornado hits. So if I make this an EF 3, it'll only pick up the parts labeled EF 3 and below. So if I, as you can see, if it moves into the tornado or to the house, I mean, it should just pick up everything labeled EF 3 and destroy it. See, it's going like this. And yeah, it's destroying the house. And as it only picked up parts named 3 and below. And what I would recommend doing just to tune, you can do a lot of tuning with this. It's a lot of tuning. But you can make this a little bit more realistic by making this like 300 instead of 50. And just making this 300. And this should work out just fine. It will be a lot more in the area once it does it. It's a lot more round. And I also recommend you making it higher too. And I would increase this to we don't have to increase this, but I would increase this. Well, that's why this was 80. Make sure that's 800. All right. If it's not 800, then nothing will really be sucked up. So now it should be sucked up. That's why the roof wasn't being really picked up as much. See, it's flying all around. And this is basically how I made my tornado. I'll be making this a model. So yeah, I'll be making this a model for you to get, and you can get in this. This will be in the pinned comment in the description. So I'll just put this in the description, so you can have this in case you need help with it. And yeah, it's basically one more thing I want to touch on is so how my tornado works. It's different than what I just showed you. Let me see if I make this bigger. Where is this? Right here. Let me make this bigger. There we go. So this part is going around the tornado. And what happens is, let me just get rid of this. So how this works is, it's the same kind of technique, but instead of the debris going to the tornado, it follows this cube that's rotating around the tornado. So as you can see, all the debris is kind of following the cube. It's going around the tornado. It's trying to follow the cube, but it's moving too fast, so it's kind of lagged behind. And that's how I made it go around the tornado and look so realistic like this. And that's basically it. And another thing is, if you wonder how I make it so realistic, is you gotta make the houses very destructible. So as you can see, I've made a whole roof segment. Let me just find it real quick. Yeah, see how many segments there are just for the roof? I've made a lot of whole roof things. So this is one of them. Just this whole part can just be sucked up into the air. And yeah, the house has to be very destructible and it has to be made out of a lot of parts. And that's how you make a tornado in Roblox. At least that's how I did it. I don't know if that's the best way. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you for watching, and I will put this model in the description, and happy holidays. And if you don't celebrate it, then I don't know. Alright, bye.